Hello everyone, hiya! Welcome to this gorgeously sunny afternoon. It's been grey and quite cloudy all day, and I thought, oh, it's going to chuck it down with rain anytime soon. But now it's just the sun is just streaming through in here, so it's really nice. Now, today's is not bite-sized learning. It's not bite-sized learning today. This is an extra live stream video that I'm putting on for you because it's all about Google My Business. I've got my own profile, my own listing up there for Google My Business, for my therapy business, for locally in my area. And I was quite happy with the results and the insights I was getting and the people it was attracting and the phone calls and the reach and everything I was doing. I was quite happy with that. Anyway, I did some, I took some training on it the other week, and to find that I'm not fully optimizing my own listing. So I thought this was important news to share with you, not that I'm not doing it right, but also what I've learned that I wanted to share with you to see whether you're making the same mistakes as me with your own profile, with your own listing, and the steps that you can do to improve it so that people will see you and attract more clients to you. So welcome to you all if you're watching live. I know some of you are, and if you're watching this on replay, hello. Do ask any questions. Do type away any questions you want to ask me, and I will see if I can come back with the answers that you're looking for. But what I'm going to just take you through is just some of the amounts that that I've learned myself when going through this training. So Google My Business, I'm hoping that you've got a listing because it's absolutely free to use. This is perfect for using as one of your marketing pillars for your therapy business. Absolutely perfect for using this free of charge. So Google My Business is one of the biggest search engines as a search engine optimization. Google Business is really good for this. Now, of course, while doing a live here, I'm not able to take you screen share with you my own account and to be able to take you through the stages. I did this as a training for the Academy members. They've got this video that they can access themselves. But I thought it was just better to share with you and put these points forward over to you. They're not, saying anything at all. So it's the biggest search engine optimization. And when you go to search somebody, I'm sure you have done in the past, you've gone for a plumber or a builder or double glazing, or a local group for your kids to attend, or maybe a local fitness for you, or something for you. You've probably gone in and searched, gone in the Google, gone in the search, and then what happens is you get the ads, the ones paid for ads that are first, and then you get the Google listings. You get the map on the side with the red pinpoint of the different businesses, and then the list. It could be just one little column of businesses. It could be 5 different pages of lists. So it's not the actual pages that you can go, 1, 2, 3 different pages you go through. The Google My Business is the first businesses that are there that are listed. And what you're aiming for is to be in the top 3. I'm very grateful that I am. But I also know there's a couple of Academy members that it takes about the 4th page, about 5 pages for their popular business, which may be massage in, I don't know, Liverpool, in a big town or city or somewhere, and there might be very many massages, there might be very many therapists in that area. So they're breaking it. So what they're doing, hi Kirsty, great to have you on. So what they're doing, because they've got so many then in the listing, so you're on the different, you could be on a different pages. So where you aim to be in the top 3, you could end up on page 4. And the thing is, do people then keep scrolling through to get to like page 4 or whatever it is to find you? So that's why you're always aiming to the top 3, because that's what people first check, are those top 3. So Google give them prominence. And this is when it comes to your listing, what information you have on your listing. Now I have photos. I have my address, not my house number, but I have my address, my phone number, my email. I've got one Google review, and I think that's about it. But there's so much more to your Google business. And what this does, Google My Business, your profile on your account, really gives you good visibility. Because let me just give you some statistics at the moment, right? There's two ones that we really need to know, that 5 billion people are using Google search every day for something or other, okay? It's 5 billion people. Now, there's about 80 some odd % that's doing it for businesses, that's looking at it for businesses. But the one that you need to concern with, it's 46% are searching for a local business. 46% of people using Google search are looking for a local business. Now, we're always aiming for people to get to our websites. We're looking for people to look at our social media. And if you've got a website and you've got Google Analytics, you can check how many people are coming to your website and checking you out. But with Google Analytics, with Google My Business, you actually get an insight, which I'm going to talk about later, but you can actually get insights to see how many people are looking at your Google My Business listing, and to see what they're doing, whether they're going to your website or whether they're asking for directions or whether they're making that call. And I surprisingly found out that at least there's about, I'm averaging 300 views a month for my local business. For Massage Littlehampton, I'm getting 300 views a month. Now, obviously, not 300 people are ringing me, but I'm getting at least one phone call a week from people that are looking to book up for a massage. And that just blew me away, that I knew that 300 people were searching for massage in Littlehampton. So it's always worth considering and having a look and checking it out, how you're doing. So Google My Business is the biggest driver for local businesses. It's that, whether you've got the ads, but if you've got that listing, that's what drives most people. They check that out, find it, and then go and search you out. Because sometimes people will look for that, investigate, and book straight from there. Some people will use that and then check you out for evidence. Build that know, like, and trust. So check your website out, check your blogs out, check your social media, get to know you before they finally book. So what I want to go through with you is the 7 steps to reviewing and checking your Google account. Hi Cheryl, thank you for being on here, lovely to see you. Well, see your name. So I want to go through the 7 steps for checking your business Google My Business account, your listing, and seeing that you're fully optimizing it and got everything in place. If you haven't, don't panic, as I said, because even with not a fully optimized listing, I'm getting about 300, averaging 300 views a month. But the difference I can make from just a few tweaks is unbelievable. So the first one is, when you log onto your account, you will see there on the left-hand side, there's a list of categories. And this is where you can check them out. So the first one is info and description. It's going to sound pretty obvious, but check all the information you've put on there is correct. Okay, so the name, your email address, your website address, your contact number. Make sure you've got all the info in there and make sure it's all correct. Because sometimes what can happen is that people can change their phones, or they can change their phone number and then forget to change on their listing. So make sure all the information is correct. Now, don't ask me how, I can't remember, but on my listing, I have got it as just Admiral's Walk and my postcode. I haven't got the house number. I didn't want the house number up there because of the industry I'm in. I didn't want my house number there. But you can actually list it as just your street name. There is another way that you're able to do it now, that you're able to put out there that you are a service at home and that you don't want those details shared. So you can get around it. It's like a pop-up box comes up and that you can put the information in there. But I've managed to get around it that I've only got just my street name then. I don't mind that, I just didn't want my house number. So make sure you've got all that, and there's the description. So you know what it is you're doing, what is it that you're helping with, what's your solutions. Remember your ASA, remember your Advertising Standards Agency and what we can and cannot say. But covering it, you've got 310 words. So remember your keywords from your website that you use. So, you know, looking at, so like me, massage therapist, holistic therapist, treatments in the comfort of their own home, or now it's working in my conservatory in my own home. And else what you're doing is that you're just putting all the keywords there that you use on your website. You use it into your 310 words to describe your business, whether it's a one-stop shop, whether it's your therapies. It's the words that you're using to describe. So you're trying to get it in a quick, short way of how of describing your business. You then got the next section is the photos and videos. Again, it's amazing how many, when I'm checking out websites, when I'm checking out therapists, because again, therapists contact me because they either want a one-to-one or want some mentoring, or they want to meet up, something like that. So I've got to search for them to see what they look like. So if I'm going to walk into a cafe and know what, you know, and I've got to meet them, they'll already know me, they'll have seen my face sprawled everywhere. But I want to check out their business, check out some information about them and what they look like before I walk in and meet them. And it's amazing how many therapists don't use a picture on their profile. It may be on their social media profile, they may not even use it on the website, they don't use it on the FHT register, and again, I don't see it on their Google, on their listing. So put a profile picture of you, and put a cover photo, like one that you use on your Facebook page or a banner that you use on your website. Put that on your cover photo for your profile. Also then add photos of treatments, and I mean real photos of treatments of your treatment room. The outside of your treatment, if you've got a cabin in your garden that you're using as a treatment room, have a photo of that. You don't have to have the photo of the outside of your house. I know some people do that because Google will automatically put that in. If you haven't put no photos there, Google will bring that in, and you can change that. There's an app that you can use that can actually, use it. It's to do with Google, but you can use it to change it to put your own photo in. So you haven't got to have the photo of the front of your house if you don't want it. But I'll put the link in the comments at the end. But what, you know, don't leave it just to get Google, put the photo of the front of your house. Use the treatment room. Use photos to add therapies in there. There's no limit to how many photos that you add. Okay? There's no limit there in how many you put in. So put photos in there. Don't be frightened. Don't try and be invisible. You want clients, so let clients see you and see what you do, see your treatments. So put the photos out there. Also, you can put videos. Admittedly, videos are only around about roughly 30 seconds, maybe up to a minute if you're lucky, but it can be roughly around about 30 seconds. That could be you saying hello, who you are. It could be a testimonial. If you've got someone willing to give you a video testimonial, you could do that. You could use a 30-second video of just panning around your treatment room. All right, so have a think. Because again, the more bits you can add, the more Google will move you up on their listing. The next bit you've got there is Q&A. And I don't think anybody, including me, uses that section at all. Nobody uses it. So take advantage and stand out from other therapists and fill that bit in. Because if you're not using it, it will say, be the first person to ask a question. We can't get into it on the back end. So go in and ask a question yourself. It'll come up as you. That's not a problem. But hopefully people then will see it and start asking questions themselves. But you can go in there. Is there parking at Ali's Therapy, Ali's Holistics? So, you know, I could turn around and say, yes, there's street parking outside in the square, or if there's no parking available, park in front of my garage door, my navy blue garage door with the which sign on. So I could tell somebody that. You could say, what, you know, question, what do I need to prepare anything before my first treatment? Say, no, just don't wear any clothing that you don't want in case it gets marked with oil. You know, the things, the standard questions that we get asked, that's often that we're sharing in posts on social media, or that we're putting in a Q&A on our website. You can put the same questions and answer them on your listing. So do that and check that out, that you can add to on there. Next then is Google Posts, and I didn't check this out. I didn't look at it. I haven't got anything on there. That's one of the steps now that I need to do, is Google Posts. Okay, now you can have up to 10 live posts at a time, but they're only there for 7 days. They expire after 7 days. So you can put on there events, you can put offers, you can put promotions, you can put weekly specials, you can put blog posts, tips, advice, high-end products. You can be the expert. You can share so much stuff in it. So what you can do, like you prepare a post for your social media, for your Facebook, you can put a post in there. Just go and post in it once a week. I mean, you can, if you want, go and put one in for 5 days, so you've got 5 posts there. But you could put, if you go, oh well, I haven't got time, fine, just go and put in there one post a week, and then it goes after 7 days, and then you can go back in and put another one. But what it also tells you is that anybody else in your industry and in your area is using the posts as well. And the nearest person to me who is posting and using their listing is 16 miles away. So there's no other therapists in my area that's posting. So if I start posting, again, people are going to see that, and they're going to look at my posts to see what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. Okay, so it's another area that's being blank on my listing that can make such a difference in how we're putting across that we're the experts and what we do. So check it out. It's just surprising. I was completely blown away when I was going through all this training. I'm thinking, I don't do that. Don't do that. Again, I said, I'm happy with what I've got and the people that are searching, and I'm still up in the top 3. But if you're on page 4 or page 5 of the listings, that's how you can make the difference to bring you up to be within the top 3. If you've got a newsletter, create a sign-up post on there with the link to either your MailChimp or to an area on your website where you're collecting the email addresses, and share that. Put that in there so that people can go and sign up for your newsletter or your freebie, whatever you've got there. Share that in. What we've got next is reviews. Now, I'm listed, and I can share this, that I'm a 5-star Google rating. So that can be my category of 1. I'm a 5-star Google rated therapist. I've only got 1 review on there, and it's 5-star. If you can, get more reviews. And what you can do is you can share the link to the review page on your Google listing, share it in your newsletter, ask for people to go and have a look at it and leave a review for you on your social media page, on your Facebook page. You can put it in a blog post. You can even ask your clients when they're there with you, because they can go onto it on the phone and say to them, while you're here, can you do me a favour and go on my Google listing and leave me a review? It's easily done. Or if you're feeling quite techie, you can do a QR code so that people then can just scan that QR code that takes them to the Google review, and you can type it in. All right, it can be as simple as that. Just asking for them when people are with you, or ask for them to go and fill it in for you on the Facebook page and your post. Go and ask them in your newsletter. Go and ask for them in your blog, whatever. Just go and ask, even in your email signature. You can put the link in there. to direct people to your Google review so that you can get your reviews in there. Doesn't matter if the review is not the 5-star you want. If you get a bit of a bad review, if you get something a bit grotty, respond to it professionally. Deal with it. Because sometimes it doesn't matter if you get like a 4.9 or a 4.5 rating. If you get 5-star Google reviews, that's fabulous. But if you get that negative one, or the one that's not so perfect, just respond to it and deal with it, because again then it just shows and it comes across as how professional you are, and that you really do want to help and deal with people, and you know, make their experience with you really special. Next is messages. Now this is a new one of the new ones that's been added. I haven't activated it on mine because I'm really still not sure whether I want that available on my listing. I've got Facebook messages, and this is how it acts. It is just like Facebook messaging. So I'm going to sit and have a little look and think about it before I activate that. But you can activate Google messaging, and it responds just like Facebook messaging, so people can message you and ask you any questions, and that you can deal with it. It notifies you straight away that this person has asked. So it is there for, it can be a benefit if you want to give that one a try. The other new one they've got there is bookings. You can now take bookings through your Google listing if you use one of their third-party apps that they've partnered with. There's different companies that they've partnered with that is like booking apps, booking sessions, and if you use one of those, you can set that up on your Google listing so that actually from your Google listing people can go and book up. Now the one I know about is Treatwell. I don't use any booking apps for myself because I've got different businesses, so I'm on different areas, different times. But if you know you've got set dates and set times that you work and you use a booking app, check it out and see if it's one of the ones that you use. Because again, then you can get that activated and set up that people can book from your listing. Instead of them having to click on to your website or click to call or to email or whatever, they can directly go and book then straight from your listing. And as I said, Treatwell is one of the ones that I know. And finally, as I mentioned earlier, is the Insights. Insights is great for checking out how, you know, what's happening. You may not have analytics set up on your website. You can get that done by asking your web guru, the person who's built your website, to do that for you. Or if you know how to do it, obviously you may have already put that in place and you're keeping a check on what's happening, what's the most popular pages. But with your Google listing, Google will send you an email on, I think it's a weekly summary and a month summary of what's been happening to your website. So it will let you know how many views your listing has had, how many has gone to your website, how many have rung you, etc. It will tell you that. You can also find that out on the Insights. When you click on Insights on your listing, you can go in on your account and find out all what's happening to your website. So again, you can see the views and how many times that your listing's been looked at, but also where they're coming from, whether it's direct and somebody has typed in your name, your business, and has gone straight to your listing, or whether it's come from a search. And I think it's about 80–90% of mine comes from a search, that they're just searching for massage or reflexology or whatever in my area. You can also then find out, as I said, what they're doing next, whether they're going to the website or whether they're ringing you or whether they're checking it for directions or anything like that. Because again, that's the other thing. How many businesses do you do? Do you go and say, oh, I've got to go and check something out? Do you go to their website, or do you go to look at their Google listing for the address to get directions to where it is? It's interesting how people use these things, because again, also Google My Business is used and is searched more on the mobile, because obviously we're on a mobile and we're checking where things are. So it's always good to search out to see what you know, what's happening when they're on our listing, because it also tells you how many photos are being viewed, how many views it's getting, whether there's anything that's getting more views than you in the industry, same as the videos. So it just gives you a look to see at what people are doing when they look at your listing, what they're going, whether they're going straight to your website, whether they're checking you out, or whether they're making directly that call or asking for directions. So that's it really. That's the main 7 things that I wanted to go through with you about. So I've got my notes. Within using my Google My Business. So with number 1 is checking your info. Checking your info and description. Number 2 is checking your photos and your videos. Adding them if you haven't got photos there. Add them. Do add them to your listing. Number 3 is the Q&A. Fill in some questions and answer the questions, and then other people might start responding and answering questions themselves. Number 4 is Google Posts. Use it a bit like Facebook and post once a week at least, because they're only there for 7 days, and then you can go and put in something new. Number 5 is reviews. Ask people to go and leave you a review. And as I said, the more you can get, the better. What's great is if you can get around about 10, you might all go, intake of breath. But if you're also in other directories and that where they leave reviews, Google pull those in. But the more you can ask for, the more that people will do that, the better. Number 6 is, well, number 7, number 5 is bookings. Messages is the next one, sorry. Messages is the next one. Whether you want to activate that. Bookings is there to see whether you work with a third-party app that you can use on your listings, so people can book direct with you for their appointment. And the last one, number 7, is insights. So you can check out everything then, what's going on, who are looking, where are they finding you, and what are they doing? What's the call to action? What is, you know, what's taking place after they've checked out your listing? So review it, check it out. It's not going to take you long to do these bits, to review it and to check and to tweak the bits. It's not going to take you long. Keep checking it again then, either if you're doing the once a week posting, or, you know, you're going to put in a couple of posts and you leave it at that. Check it once a month to make sure that everything's all right. But just see what's happening and what's going on with it. And because it'd be great to know if you use Google My Business and how your listing works. Do you get clients from it? Because I'm sure, like me, when you've got a new client, when you're doing a consultation, you ask them, you know, where are they getting, you know, where did you find out about me? And my last couple of new clients I've got now are, you know, well, we found you on the web, we found you on the internet, and then we checked your website out. So I'm already knowing where they're coming from, and I'm finding out that it is working, and it is certainly being searched. So you might be surprised if you go and check your listing, how many searches there are and how many is actually seeing your business. That you might find interesting. But if you haven't got a Google My Business listing, do go and get it. Do sign up for it. It's easy to sign up, and then all they've got to do, then you just got to wait to receive a variation code from Google in the post. Once you do that, and you type in that activation code and it verifies it, then you can create your listing. It's just for Google to check out that you say and that your business who it is. It's as simple as that. So let me know how you get on. Have you found this helpful? How you know, do you fully optimize your Google listing? You know, have you got everything filled in? I know some of you out there haven't, because I've checked, and I know with some of my members it's not. When I've done a business audit for them recently, that I'm checking their Google My Business listings, and as I said, some of them are on the page. They could be the first 3, but they may have no photos on there. They may have 1 review like me, but they've got no photos. There's no posts, no questions. And as I said, I'm guilty of that as well. I do have 1 review and I do have lots of photos on, but I've got no posts or anything. So it'd be interesting to see what's your listing like. If you've got it fully optimized, are you getting business from your listing? Do you ask your clients where they're coming from, your new clients coming from? I'd be interested to find out. But do come in, ask any questions if you want to, video, and it's been lovely to chat to you, and I will catch up with you again. Take care now. Bye.